power of a group when working together is greater than the total power achieved when working alone.
That's synergy.
Synergy works. Synergy. From the Greek word synergos, equals working together. Synergy works. Synergy is different people working out together advantageously for one final outcome, one goal, rewarding results. Synergy works. Don't train by yourself. Train with synergy. Why? Because synergy works. Contact us today to set up your fitness assessment. Synergy works.
That's myfavoritedj.com. Welcome to the home of my favorite DJ, DJ Jules, baby. If you're looking for a DJ for any type of event, call us now, 313-595-8845. Once again, that's 313-595-8845. www.that'smyfavoritedj.com. The perfect DJ for any of your events. Sweet 16, 21, 30, 50. You turn to 75 years of age, DJ Jules, baby, is the perfect DJ for you. Weddings, corporate events, call 313-595-8845. That's myfavoritedj.com.
Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with the growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do everything for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
This episode of the Big Flex Strongcast is sponsored by G.A.M.G Muscle Gang brand. If you are looking for some help reaching your health and fitness goals with one-on-one training, group training, meal plans, nutritional advice, and more, visit GAMGfitness.com. Do you want to look great while working out with the dopest workout apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, skull caps, tank tops, and more? Visit www.GAMGfitness.com or email us at GAMGpodcast7@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit us on Instagram or Facebook under G.A.M.G Muscle Gang Fitness or give us a call at 313-378-7274. That's 313-378-7274.
T&T Cakes, Creations, and more, what we specialize in. Red velvet and strawberry cheesecake. Chocolate covered strawberries, custom baby boxes, custom signs, custom tees and sweatshirts, custom sports balls, graduation accessories, custom glasses and tumblers, custom license plates, heat transfers, custom office signs. T&T Cakes, Creations, and more. Give us a call.
Yeah. Big Flex on the set, you know we gotta rep. Heavy talk on that mic, all we do is press. John Q, that's coach, got him upset. G.A.M.G Muscle Gang, we up next. Big Flex Podcast live on Monday night with John Q, LaToya, Deshaun, and Don Snipes. You can catch Snipes on the pod or the big screen or get tea time with Toya if you want the tea. Talk about the strong end on your weekday. Tap in with Muscle Gang, you never have a weekday. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. It's the Big Flex Podcast, Mondays, 9 at night. It's the Big Flex Podcast. Come on.
Yo. Welcome back to the G.A.M.G. Big Flex Strongcast in the building for episode 102. And I am your host, John Q, and his bitch. And of course, we got the squad in the building coming down the motherfucking stretch. His sis down there, LaToya Deshaun. What up, though,
Hey,
sis?
what's up?
All right, and coming to my right, we have my brother, on that big screen as he usually do, with the sunglasses on. I think he's trying to be like me today, you know what I'm saying? But we have Don Snipes in the building. What up, Don?
What up?
And of course, we have, Mr. Dr. Ruckus on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. It seems like it's been forever. Shit been 1 week and shit. You know what I'm saying? Since the last time we was here. You know what I'm saying? Life been life in this, of course. But you know how we do. You know, so this is where gym conversation meets podcasting. All right. So when you come into the gym, I will expect you guys, everybody that's out there, to dap it up. When I mean dap it up, I'm talking about share and like and subscribe if you have it. If you don't, fuck it. How about that? You know what I'm saying? We'll do it like that. But y'all gonna do that anyway, because y'all, y'all been rocking with us for a minute. So share it out, fam. You know what I'm saying? But what up, though? What up, y'all?
What's up?
I know I got my whole little damn voice shit going all over the place.
How was your strong end, bro?
Long as hell, but short at the same time. Huh?
Yeah, your past 2 strong ends.
Man, like, shit, it seemed like I didn't only had about 30 minutes off or something, like just a rest, man. Like, this shit been crazy. Yeah, it's been cool. You know what I'm saying? Just been getting a lot of work done and yeah, I'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? We did do a couple of things. I mean, we're gonna talk about it far as that's one of our topics and stuff like that. But for the most part, I will say yesterday I finally got to my damn grass, man, and my damn allergies and shit been all over the place. Like, the weather been cold 1 minute, then it get hot. Now it's supposed to be back hot as hell tomorrow. Yeah. So this shit has all been wild. But anywho, you know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it at that. What about you? How's your strong ends? Strong ends,
right. The holiday weekend was very busy.
It was a damn holiday? Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
420.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Very, very busy.
You got your green shirt on.
Some family events. Yeah, you know, I'm still feeling the vibe.
Okay. All right.
Yes, we had some family events for the holiday weekends. Very social weekend.
Okay.
And I'm an extreme introvert, so anytime I come off of a very social weekend, the next weekend got to be chill.
Yeah.
So, or strong end. So so this past strong end, I didn't do anything. I just did some stuff, cleaning around the house, laundry, errands, and relaxed a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing, like working around the crib, got some projects going on, and like I said, cutting some grass and straightening up the crib.
Yeah, it's definitely allergy season now.
Yeah.
Definitely that.
Brother, how about you, man? How was your strong end, man? Strong ends.
It was pretty cool. This last past strong end, yesterday I attended the DFA, Detroit Filmmaker Awards.
All right. Clap it up. All right. What was that? The 5th annual? You say 5th?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Clap it up. All right. What was that? Darren Brown production? All right. Shout out to Darren and shit. What up, though, D?
And,
All right.
let me see. Outside of that, same old, man. Just promoting the movie. I wish I could see Heaven.
Man,
right now.
listen.
So
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and say, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
check it out.
I'll watch that shit too.
Run the streams
Had
up,
to.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, hey, look. Y'all motherfuckers better make sure y'all watch it. It's on Tubi now. It's called I Wish I Could See Heaven, all right?
Yeah, leave a review, too.
Yeah, leave a review. Cuz did his thing. Henri did his thing. Everybody in the movie did their thing, man. Yeah, shout out to Zach Cunningham, the director. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, the staff, man. The writers.
Charles Kennedy.
Yep.
Yeah, we
had a squad, man. Hey, it's a great movie. You know what I'm saying? Not just because I'm in it too, but no, it's a great movie. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want y'all to do y'all due diligence and shit and check it out. You know what I mean?
Our editor, Ken Nelson, he won an editing award last night at the Film
Clap that shit up. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, just so many people. Grover McCants, man. Shout out to Grover. Anytime we call him, he always answer the phone. OG in the game. He's been doing this thing for a minute. Him and his wife.
Yep.
Always come out to the events. Lulu Dow, Kyle Greenlaw. We got TT. We got Darius Brantley, young cat. Who played a younger version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Donnell.
we got Donnell Clayton for sure. Saw him too last night at the Filmmaker Award. Shout out to him. He in the middle of filming his first superhero movie in Detroit.
That's what's up, man.
We saw Tom Pulowski. Tom is a DP, but he was second AC on I Wish I Could See Heaven.
Okay.
So we had a squad, man. That really did their thing.
Yeah. Great movie, y'all. Great movie. Great experience and shit, too. So, and I just want to shout out to you, man. Yeah, you did your thing, cuz, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best lead actor.
I was nominated for Best Male Lead Actor from that. And another movie that I did, 10 Toes Down, was nominated for Best Feature. Heaven was nominated for Best Feature as well. Zach was nominated for Best Director. CK was nominated for DP. So there was a lot going on.
That's what's up, man.
The Strong G.A.M.G. So shout out to all the folks from the industry that came out supporting.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the amazing, excellent work, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, so I know we have Don's motivational morning. You want to go ahead and get off into it real quick?
Man, this is kind of short and sweet.
All right.
I'm just going to say, in life, I had a conversation with somebody, the Strong G.A.M.G, and a lot of times when we are giving advice or being a resource to other people, we don't even realize that somewhere along the line, we may have to lean on some of those very words.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to a really good friend, and she was explaining to me why, sometimes she may be a little less prone to go out and be around certain people. And I explained to her that it's more important that we place our energy on the people that do care about us.
Absolutely.
As opposed to the people that don't.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'll just simply say that, when you're having those moments where, you're feeling a little wounded, you still got to find a way to win. You still got to find a way to hold your head up. You still got to find a way to keep pushing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel very comfortable, but in those moments, I have been learning to, find the lesson in it and just ask questions.
Yeah.
You sit back sometime and you say, what can I learn from this? What can I get out of this? As opposed to, whatever is seemingly bad about the situation. And again, I'm gonna continue to lean on that, and I just want to say that to anybody out there that's maybe having a rough time, a difficult time, or you feeling like you're undervalued or being taken, you're not appreciated, or maybe there's some things in life that just haven't went your way.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. Stay encouraged, and if nobody else is encouraging you, sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and just say, hey, I love you, or, I am enough, those type of things, be gentle and speak kind to yourself. Because sometimes, if we waiting for another motherfucker to do it, we'll never get it done.
Yeah. So. Just, funny you saying that, because I actually had a conversation with somebody too over Strong G.A.M.G. Similar conversation. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you understand your self-worth and you're around people and you feel like they don't understand, say, your worth, just leave and be around the people that, appreciate your worth. And then appreciate yourself, you know what I'm saying, as far as your own self-worth, because that's really where it begins at, you know what I'm saying, for you to understand who you are, what your self-worth is, and be around like-minded people. A lot of times people be feeling like, oh, I just got to be around family. I'm the type of person I'm true about being around, say, what you want to call it, say, your tribe. You know what I mean? And it can be a collection of family, friends. It could be even, say, a coworker or whoever, you know what I'm saying, that's like-minded, that have a common goal, you know what I mean, that actually get, some of the similar things that you thinking about, you know what I'm saying, and trying to push, things forward, you know what I mean, instead of being on some negative shit, you know.
I'll add to that too, and we've talked about this many times on the show, but to me, I think the most important part about finding your tribe is to be your authentic self.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we mask who we are, or we play things small, or we just don't really allow our light to shine, and that could be in any aspect, business, family, or your intimate personal relationships. The more you are you, that's how you gonna find the people that really fuck with you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people don't even understand that. They find themselves with, in relationships, in business, in certain careers, and they've been playing it one way, not even really showing who they really are.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think any melanated person in America, we kind of suffer from that by default. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there are so many different levels, that we always have to, quote, play things a certain kind of way.
Play it safe.
But I think that, not even that, I just think that, again, and I'll give the biggest thing I always notice, when I see black women or black men code switch their voice. All growing up.
Hey, man, I did that earlier.
Yeah,
starting off the show.
We were always taught. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to play things a certain kind of way in order for us to do certain things or get things done. And I think just by default, our people have been doing that so much that
it's been normalized.
You can get lost in the sauce. You can get lost in who you are as an individual. You can get lost in finding your voice or projecting your true voice, your true self.
Yeah.
So I think that is, that much more important that, to the best of your ability, always strive to just, be your authentic self so that, you can be around people that accept all of you and not pieces of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You be around people that love all of you, your good and your bad, and not just deal with you when you good and don't fuck with you when you maybe at a low point.
Yeah.
Where you deal with people that, they love you for who you are, and they can, and that love is enough to, supersede any of your flaws.
Yeah.
Because to me, if somebody really mess with you, they're going to support you and shore you up, in spots where you weak. But if we living in that in some times now where, man, folks sit back and they wait for you to fall. So I'm just saying, if you really want to find your tribe, be you all the way.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you fall down or you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Your tribe gonna pick you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The motherfuckers who don't fuck with you ain't gonna do shit. They gonna laugh and talk shit and
play in your motherfucking face and shit like you ain't peeping this shit out. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All of that.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to, man, to everybody that pick up the phone too for you. You know, I realize, man, something as small as that gesture.
Yeah.
Picking up the phone. I don't think many of us realize how important that is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Something as small as maybe you called somebody and they didn't pick up the phone, but they called you back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
Yeah. Yeah,
because that's another way.
They call that shit now. A lot of people be out here ghosting.
Listen, that's another way that you really find out if somebody fuck with you.
Yeah,
because there's some folk that, you know, they duck, dodge, play. Ooh, I ain't get it. No.
Yeah.
Just stop it. You know what I'm saying? And again, you can't worry about the folks that don't do it.
Yeah.
Be more concerned with the folk that do.
Yeah.
Them the people that you want to build your relationships with and build them up and shore them up and prop them up and support them and every motherfucking thing else you can think of. Because if, you know, somebody told me it's like the skiing theory. You go down, when people ski down the mountain, keep your eyes on the path. The minute you start looking at the trees, you up the chances of running into one of them motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. Wipe out. So, for real.
I don't want to go off on a tangent. Right. I'm not going to lie and say I'm in the best of moods. Last night was a very interesting event, but I'm a little indifferent about some things that went on there, and I'm going to just leave it at that.
Okay. All right.
Well, I just want to plug in. Thank you. That was a very good motivational moment.
Yeah.
Also, I think one of the things that we need to work on in our culture is accepting and loving ourselves for who we are. Learning who we are and then accepting and loving ourselves and appreciating our own worth and value. As I think when we don't do that the way that we should, that's when we start chasing and seeking after and accepting the attention of those who don't love us for who we are and accept us for who we are and understand our worth and our value. And I don't know what that toxicity is, where it's like, oh yeah, you're always here for me, you always support me, but I'm gonna go over here and chase after this person that's not giving me what I need, that's not giving me what I want, that doesn't appreciate me and respect me for who I am. And we really got to come out of that. And then the second thing is, we always hear protect your peace, but you got to protect your energy too.
Yeah.
If you find that your energy is changing and not in a good way when you're around your family, your best friend, your man, whoever it is, like, respect that and dig into it. Figure out why that is.
Yeah.
The energy is deep.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, you know, a lot of people and stuff too, just in general, learn how to just shut the fuck up. You know, sometimes that's like the best thing to do. You know what I mean? Quietness. You know what I mean? Silence.
Agreed.
Be in your own fucking thoughts. You know what I mean? Turn off some of this shit, you know what I mean? Turn off some of these, you know, apps and social media and stuff like that, because you can get confused. A lot of this stuff have people out here confused, man, and out of pocket, man, on who they actually is. Like you said, you know, it's a lot of distractions out here, just in general, you know what I mean, to have people, you know, out of pocket, you know. I want to give a shout out to some of the people that's in the chat. So we got a Giovanna in the chat, we got Armando in the chat, of course we got Sammy D in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Say what's up to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the number to call in. It's 810, hold on, here we go, 810-560-0658. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into this first topic real quick. Sinners, all right? We know plenty of them, but the movie Sinners, all right, scores $45 million in massive second weekend. So far, Sinners have grossed $122 million in North America and $161.6 million globally, against a $90 million production budget. Shot the fuck out and shit to Ryan Coogler and his squad. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's been a part of this. It's been an amazing movie. You know what I'm saying? I went and seen it. What was it? Last Saturday. And I went to go see that. What's that? MJR at the Screen X. That's a different experience. If y'all haven't had a chance to go watch, say, movies on those screens or whatever, it's pretty dope, you know. But the movie itself was probably one of the better movies I've seen in a long time, and I'm actually going to go see it again. I peeped out a lot of different messages in this movie. You know, it was very creative, very refreshing. When I say very creative, because you know, a lot of stuff, man, that you watch out here be kind of stale. You kind of can pick up on a lot of different things, and like you were saying, Doc, it seemed like it was about 4 damn different movies within this movie, you know what I'm saying, and different, you know, elements, you know what I'm saying, it had some of everything in it, and like I said, it was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, you know.
I'd say about, for me at least, 18 to 20 years, I ain't seen a movie that good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, like the way he put things together.
I'm gonna agree. Yeah. And like I think for me, the way that I judge that, I don't know, maybe you can speak on this. You have some things in life that motivate and inspire you.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen some good movies, don't get me wrong. When I saw Black Panther was a good movie.
Yeah. It was. And definitely the first one. But
I'm saying, when I walked out of this, I felt inspired and motivated.
Yeah.
One of the last movies that did that for me was Malcolm X by Spike Lee.
Yeah. Clap that shit up.
Not gonna lie, like that. Yeah. When I'm saying, when I saw that movie, the movie was so inspiring, it almost made me want to go join
the Nation.
There you go. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I haven't seen a movie like that in a very, very long time. Yeah. That actually, when I left out the theater, like I said, when I saw Malcolm, I already was a fan of Malcolm X before, you know, the movie. But I'm saying, seeing the movie made me delve deeper into, you know, that whole movement, that whole time period.
Learn more about it.
Learn more about his family, his siblings, you know, his connections with Red Fox and all the other folks.
So in the movie X, they was emulating him and Red Fox relationship too, when him and Spike Lee was walking down the street. Yeah, it was kind of it's real deep. And what Ryan Coogler did, he actually was showing how different people can be, but be so close to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me?
Listen, not only that, there were so many themes that were explored in the movie, from spiritual themes, historical themes, historical black themes, American themes.
As far as the Asians, as far as the
Native
Irish,
Americans,
as far as our people, like.
And so, I mean, like I said, man, the movie was and something that a lot of people that don't really understand this thing. If you pay attention to the trends, and we spoke about this a few weeks ago, Hollywood been doing remakes of the same shit over and over and over and over again. Yeah. So for Coogler to come out and say, hey, let me do an original piece. Matter of fact, fuck an original piece. This shit was like a genre mashup. It
really was.
I'm glad I didn't even watch the trailer. Because it's under the
genre of a horror movie.
Nah, it was much deeper than that. But it was
way more than just a horror movie. Because that's the first thing you think, oh, vampires, this, that, and other, and all this shit. And it's like, no, that's just
I didn't even know what it was.
It's almost like being in Vegas, where you know and shit, you in a casino, but you really don't even have to gamble. It's like, that shit is like the vampire shit, even though it was important, was almost kind of like some background shit in a way.
Well,
even though it was very important.
It was a lot of movies meshed together. I definitely agree with you say.
It was a genre mashup.
It definitely to made you think, especially when you go see it, Toy, do not get up until the credits starts to roll. The real credits.
Yeah. Okay.
And shout out to what I learned too about, you know, be hip to film. Yeah. Did I tell you about the gaffers?
Yeah, and the grips,
So I learned, like, they had like 40 grips and gaffers on that movie. It was like, I was sitting there like, and that's just them.
Yeah. That's.
He's playing, I can, I'm playing with 90 mil. I can figure out a few ways to bring a couple extra grips.
No, but it was needed.
No. Listen, it was Listen, not only that, seeing Coogler explain how the film was made,
I watched.
and listen, for folk to not even know what the hell he talking about, but sit there and say, let me pay attention to this.
Yeah.
Something else that was also a first was the DP Autumn.
Yeah.
Had a female.
Yeah, doing DP work.
Okay, doing it. She was a DP, but she was using an IMAX camera. They say that thing weighed anywhere between 75 and 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a very, very heavy piece of equipment for a woman to be carrying around or even trying to work with. Man, listen, I enjoyed it on so many levels.
The aspect of the music. You know what
the
I'm saying?
gamble on a new talent with Sammy.
Yep.
Sammy.
New talent.
Doggy. He
killed it, but my man.
But that's what I was talking about, though. You know what I mean? Like having the innate ability.
Delray Lindo.
He's incredible to me. He always been.
But what's his name? Was it John O'Neill?
No,
Jack O'Neill.
What he just said.
No. I'm talking about who played Remick, the
Irish dude.
The Irish dude killed it.
Oh.
Man, listen, it was a good movie.
Hey, my man killed it.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Anytime you see a movie and you say, I wouldn't mind going to see that again.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to see it again.
Listen.
And that's going to be one of those movies right there that when it come on TV, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and watch it every time. Just like, say, the last movie I've watched like that, you know, that was kind of like more recent, I would say, would be something like Django. I love Django.
Django's good.
Like, it's always some shit you can find in Django, man, that's either funny as hell or, you know what I'm saying? That's just one of the movies. You know what I mean? To me.
Like, I ain't noticed that the first time.
You know what I mean? Some shit like Trading Places or something. I have my selected movies to where, when it come on, I'm going to watch
Django,
it.
Usual Suspects for me.
Usual Suspects,
You know, I enjoy that type of stuff. 300.
Yeah.
Braveheart, that type of stuff. Yeah.
What about you, sis? What kind of movies that that you love to where when you see it come on TV, you like, hey, you know, I gotta watch this. This is one of my favorite movies.
Sister Act.
See, there you go.
10 out of 10 every time.
Mine's too, kind of. Your mine's too. Just that.
I got one that probably none of y'all even thought about, but
what?
One of my, I can watch this movie anytime. The Wash with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Man, that movie's so funny to me.
Yeah, The Wash. It's always coming to America.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The Wash was the first soul playing to me.
That's what it was.
I didn't care for it.
Oh, word.
The Wash was the funniest shit.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Happy Gilmore was funny.
Happy Gilmore is funny.
Happy Gilmore was funny. Now, that's a funny shit.
I haven't seen that in a while.
You you would crack dog.
Tropical Thunder.
Tropical Thunder was okay for me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not gonna lie.
I couldn't get into it.
Tropical Thunder?
How about Zach? Me neither. How about Zach and Mary making porno? That was fucking.
I never seen that.
I
never seen that.
What?
Yeah, I never seen that.
You saw that?
I haven't.
Zach, if y'all can, please watch it.
The 40-year-old
version. My God, the same crew.
Yeah, okay.
The same crew. The Time Machine Hot Tub.
I like Time Machine Hot Tub.
He's like, you nasty bitch.
Yeah.
I like Time Machine Hot Tub.
I need to make sure I get the name of this movie right. This movie was about Billy. What's my man Thornton?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. He had a
Sling Blade.
Sling Blade. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
I reckon
was my movie.
I reckon.
Damn near cut him in half.
I love that boy.
True dark comedy movie. That's one of my movies.
Oh, Boomerang is another one.
Yeah. Boomerang. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Boomerang is one.
Please don't judge me.
Yeah.
My favorite play and movie of all times is Rent. I love Rent. Because the musical and the story behind the play, the man died 4 hours before they went on stage.
Okay.
With the play. He died 4 hours before. So he never got to see it, man.
Wow. Okay.
And the parents was like, we want y'all to still do it.
Wow.
And they went in and did it. And it became a world phenom. So Rent. If I see Rent, I'm stopping everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
My daughter ain't getting picked up, but she gonna have to wait.
Another Central Park 5 come here in May.
Oh wow.
For real?
Yeah, it's gonna be at
what? They gonna
the opera.
They're gonna be at Detroit
Opera House.
Okay.
The Central Park 5.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
coming.
What are they doing? They doing? They acting out with.
It's going to be an opera.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Damn, who directing that?
Right.
I'm not sure, but I know it's coming.
Okay.
Like any day, it might actually even be here already.
I ain't never heard that one. That's dope though.
My last movie before we go on to the next subject, or we go ahead and finish a little bit, is Silence of the Lamb is one of my favorite movies of all time. Every time that's on, I always gotta watch it. Yeah, that's a classic.
That's a good classic. Oh, okay. I'm
the fucking lotion in the basket.
Money Pit is the other one. Money Pit is
Money
another
Pit?
one.
Oh, really?
That's funny. Yeah.
That movie is hilarious.
Brewster's Millions.
Trading Places.
Yeah.
Trading Places is one of my favorites.
48
for
hours.
Mm-hmm.
48 hours.
Murphy, that's a classic.
Yeah.
And it always come on too around the holidays.
Beverly Hills Cop.
The Golden Child.
I want the knife.
The Golden Child.
Please.
Please. Right.
I haven't seen the Golden Child in my. What was
the Golden Child with Eddie Murphy and
was it some little Asian dude?
Yeah, he was trying to save him.
Yeah.
He just so you just write that book on your coat.
Hey, look, one more, man. Is Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble, Little China.
How about?
No, I bang with that too.
Yeah.
How about National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yes, of course. Of
When
course.
that motherfucker fell asleep and they woke up like,
What was the big guy that played in National Lampoon?
Chevy Chase.
It was Chevy Chase. Yeah, you talking about
John Candy. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That shit was hilarious, man. Well, I mean, they don't. I said right now they would not make no comedies like that ever. That will last unless we make them. You know what I mean? I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah.
What I see for the future of people in Detroit, we just have to think beyond the sex and the violence, bro.
And the hood shit.
And the hood shit. Leave that shit alone to the point to where we needed to have fun. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like when Spike Lee was even doing School Days, he still had fun with it.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Bro,
You
listen,
got to, man.
I'm gonna tell you who was having fun, and I used to love watching all of their movies, and that was Kid and Play.
Yep.
Listen, when I was coming up, what House Party 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, that's
The one where he was playing like a bully in school too. I can't think of the name of that. That was good.
Yeah.
Bro, all of them, they actually brought fun movies.
Yep.
To the scene. And
they
listen,
was like,
a lot of people don't give them credit. You know, like people say, "Oh man, who was some of the first rappers doing movies?" No, man, listen, Kid and Play was really doing their thing, dude.
Shout out to the old boy who was in the Apple TV thing when they did the directors. He actually produced and directed the Kid and Play House Party movies.
Really, who's that?
The bald headed dude who was talking. I had to see him, but he was, he a little sweet. But he, man,
Come on, you little sweet.
But I mean, but movies like that, like people, Speaking, my movie. How about Porky's? Y'all remember Porky's? Remember Porky's?
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerd. Y'all naming off these 80s classics.
Right, for real.
Booger.
Stripes.
Oh my God.
Goonies.
Gremlins. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I haven't seen that.
Right, Gremlins.
But again, I think you're hitting it right on the head. Like we grew up watching a lot of these movies, and a lot of us, and again, I'm not gonna say that I had something prepared for the other night, but I kind of did. But I did. Had I had the moment to get on the stage and discuss certain things, one of the things that I wanted to discuss was we got to also get rid of this colorism that exists within the black community in our filmmaking. It's sickening to me.
Yeah.
It's so sickening to me. It is just
in general, man. Just like
listen,
you said,
it is in general. But if we the ones that we need to control the narrative and change the shit.
Yeah,
right.
That's all I'm getting at. See, look, it's sickening when another motherfucker is doing it. We don't have no control over it. But how we gonna add the shit in some of our own stories simply because we have been, it's been ingrained in our mind that this is what a movie is supposed to look like. And I always say this to people. When I think about movies, I think about music. I think about the conversations that I've had with artists, right? And if you've done music long enough, you ran across artists that have a conversation like this. Man, I want to do this song, but my song need to be like this because if it's like this is what the radio gonna want. This what you get what I'm saying? And they always move away
from their creativity.
There you go. From their creativity or doing something authentic. There we go.
And then they mimicking
and so
shit,
now what you getting is a lot of folks that are doing shit that's repetitive. All they doing is recycling ideas because they feel like it works. And here's the deal. If you really pay attention to the history of music, you will know that a lot of these motherfuckers that these labels sign, they sound similar in their tone and their voice.
Except for one group who really broke the barrier.
Who's that?
Outkast. And Outkast made records you couldn't mix with other records.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, from even up till now, to where when it came out with and they had to really whatever record.
Bombs Over Baghdad.
Bombs Over
like
Baghdad.
That.
When that record, you had to stop whatever record you playing to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the game plan that they always had was to be different.
Each album.
But they was from the South.
Yeah.
So they had to be different.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. But
look at the progression, though. Like you said, though. Look at the progression. You had Southern Playalistic, right?
Yeah.
Then they had, AT Aliens?
Yeah.
And then after that. So each one had a different...
What was their first hit record?
You said what was their first hit record?
And so
the one that I remember, of course, like probably was... It might not have been their first hit record, but it was Southern Playalistic.
Nope.
No, I thought it was that
Hootie Who? Nope. No, not Hootie Who. That's probably the first video.
Hold on. So what most people don't know, they was originally just called the Dungeon Family.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they and their leader was
Sleepy Brown?
Nope.
No, CeeLo.
CeeLo. So the song was...
So you had CeeLo, so Big Gip and all them actually was the original period.
But what
you know
song
what I'm saying?
you talking about, though?
You got to get up, get out, and get something.
Yeah.
That was.
But what they got actually known for was probably that video, because that's back when they had MTV Box and all that kind of shit, and that's where you had Southern Playalistic. That was the first. But that Get Up and Get Out, Get Something was the second song that came back after that. But that was one of their major songs.
That was their first radio.
But listen, I just want to say this though before we get too far off topic with it. Look at who their mentors were though. We talking about LaFace.
Yeah.
All right. We talking about.
L.A.
Well, you know, Sleepy Brown's father was what's his name? The lead singer for that group Brick.
Really?
Yeah.
I say that to say that even right now with this time we in the film community here in Detroit,
you about to say it? Go ahead, let it out.
We reached that point where it's time for us to, learn a little bit more.
I say take more chances, man.
I realize that. Well, here's the deal, right? If you don't know your history, how you gonna know where you going?
Yeah,
that's one. And then secondly, sometimes in life, period, right? Again, I learned. There's a wonderful professor from Harvard that did this. He did a TED Talk. And it was about the measure of a man. One of the best TED Talks I've ever seen. But anyway, he had all these business students come and they sat and he gave this talk and he was talking about man. But what he said was businesses fail because humans fail. All right. And a lot of people don't think about that. Okay, businesses fail because humans fail. Businesses fail because, like humans, they're not quick to adapt. They're not easily able to change when need be. You understand what I'm saying? So when you think about that, right, whether it be in your relationships, your business, your career, it's the person that can easily adapt to change that it raises the chances of your success if you're going to be around for the long haul. So I say that to say that even in the community here, sometimes I feel like we've reached a point where we need to step out of it And now is the time where maybe we need to get some mentors or some people that are actually learning some things.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people feel like, hey, I've been doing this for so long, you know, and I'm successful at this, but they almost get tunnel vision. Mm-hmm. And we can't get tunnel vision if you plan on being around for the long haul. Mm-hmm. You know, and not only can you not, you know, afford to get tunnel vision, but in everything that you do in life, you got to understand your exit strategy. You understand? And that don't necessarily, listen, when I say that, some people think like, okay, well, you know, when it comes to relationships, should you go in a relationship thinking about an exit strategy? Maybe the exit strategy is not thinking about the exit strategy and saying, how can my exit strategy is to say, what can I do to continue keep this relationship thriving and and continuing. You understand what I'm saying? Not so much as looking for the out.
Yeah.
You know, so I say that to say that we've reached that point now where I feel like as filmmakers here, we need to start thinking about that, like, because everything don't last. You know what I'm saying? And the target is always moving. Mm-hmm. You know, you see it in the record industry right now. You see it in the music industry. So you know, people can say what they want. I firmly believe the record labels, what make Apple, Spotify, and Pandora so powerful is because the very same people that run these labels, they give them that.
Yep.
And they say, you know, we'll split a piece of the pie with y'all. But they make it seem like, well, as an artist, you got to do it this way or you ain't going to make no money. You understand what I'm saying? But when you think about it, no, to me, that was just another way to put more money in their pocket. And they say, we'll give you something. And them folks say, you know what, we willing to do that.
Yep.
But what you said most important, what you said was really deep to me, was that we probably reached our ceiling on doing it on our own. We do need to have more mentors out here.
Absolutely.
Who have real expertise on what film really is. That's why I like what Ryan Coogler did with Sinners. He shot it in all 100% IMAX.
Yeah.
And people don't shoot in film like that. You know what I mean? And what he did was he brought light to me for independent filmmakers. This is only his fourth film, y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is only his fourth.
Yeah. You know where we get caught up at?
What?
Worrying about money too much.
Yep.
Definitely. And that's my...
And that my thing is, right, necessity is the mother of invention. Sometimes you say something to a person and they'll be like, well, I can't because if I had... You putting an obstacle in front of you before you
even get started.
Stop that shit. That's where the limited mindset shit come in at.
And also listen to people who have not even reached a plateau. Like I told somebody one day, I said, show me a hit movie. This somebody did. I said a hit movie. I ain't talking about a movie that somebody liked a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But show me something that people, you would like when you hear movies from Detroit, you hear 8 Mile. It's the only movie you hear that people around the world heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You feel me? And that was independently done. No matter how people want to look at it. So when you look at stuff, like you got to realize
that 48 hours, huh?
Nobody looking for you, Otis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something you have to really live by. Like if nobody looking for you, you ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
When motherfuckers come looking for you, they want you.
Yeah.
You rather be sought after than bought after. And that's the problem with most people. We just being bought after.
Yeah.
After the fact everything is caught, now we doing something. Now we want to do it. The truth is, if we gonna be original Detroiters all the way through, we always had the knack to win with less. You feel me? Always. The truth is, when we win with less, we just win, and we don't want more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
I just smoke a bag of that.
Yeah. That's the truth.
I was
Like,
smoke.
and when we win, because honestly, I take all these award winner people and do a movie together, but their egos is too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. We just see what happens.
Yeah.
You feel me? I know for a fact by me being in the music industry, Detroit been in an uprising in the music at least 4 times, but we can never conquer it. We just can never conquer. We had Motown was this. Detroit was the mecca of music. Mm. We were the supreme. Yeah. People came from everywhere to get to Detroit just to be part of our city. Music. So we need to be humble ourselves and really get into this film world.
Yeah.
And take over like we need to.
Yeah, because people, what we're doing right now, people are already watching. Bro, and I saw a fucking thread the other day where these filmmakers were arguing with one another, and somebody said, somebody said that they spent $25,000 on a short. And then you had somebody say, wait a minute, why would you do that? It's filmmakers in Detroit spending $25,000 on a feature and making it work. Right. And then it just started off this huge debate. To me, I didn't really give a fuck about that type of conversation because numbers can be relative. I will say this. All that did was just let me know, or confirm rather, people are sitting back watching us, but watching us in a way that the mistakes that we make, they're learning
off to go ahead, and so it can be benefit. Yeah.
I mean, and listen, you can't be mad at them because that's how this shit works.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody always watching. Yeah. And I'm just saying, like, it's time for our community to understand the power of that. Yeah, and say, you know what? Wait a minute. Like, again, and I wasn't able to attend recently. There was a talk, about some things that we need to change in the industry. I mean, I've seen some things like, in some of these groups where, people are saying, hey, should we give, lead characters tickets to the fucking premiere and all that? Man, listen, to be honest with you, right? If this was a perfect world for me, I would love for us to give a premiere where, some of the biggest and wealthiest folk in Michigan come out and support what we doing. Yeah. Where some of these people that own companies, Rocket Mortgage, the Pistons, I want to see some of those people coming out to our movies and look and feeling good because they're getting invited to private events. Mm-hmm. And then when we finally release the movie, folks can go simply pay what they pay to see everything goes. Yeah. $10, $12, $13 and not 50, 60, 80, 90 just to come see one movie. Because we doing so many motherfucking premieres, it's hard for your homeboy to come and say, damn, bro, you done been in 5 fucking movies in the last 2 months and every ticket $60, $70.
Can't do it.
And not only is every ticket $60, $70, you don't even got shit to show for half that shit. Yeah. Yeah. So we definitely gotta change a few things, and this not me being critical. This just saying.
No, you telling the truth.
We gotta start having honest conversations about things because again, we all
don't be running out no motherfucking food.
Honest or truthful, because honesty and truthfulness is 2 different things.
I want to add another word in there because I always say transparency is different than being honest.
There you go.
An honest motherfucker gonna say, "Hey, look, I ain't been in a relationship for the last 4 months." That's an honest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Transparent gonna say, "Hey, listen, I ain't been in a relationship for the last 4 months because my baby daddy choked the fuck out of me and he got locked up and he might come over here too if you see your car
long enough, right?"
I just want to let you know that that's transparent.
That's transparency.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, you give a motherfucking the option and the choice to deal with that.
Honest conversation is, hey, you know what? I do date and I got a older dude sometime that I see from time to time. Or transparent. Hey, I'm fucking with a sugar daddy. He retired right now, and if he come over here after 10, and I got somebody over here, he might put you out this motherfucker. Yeah. That's transparent. Yeah, I think we need to start having some transparent conversations with this film shit and don't take shit personal
and be about business. I think people understand. I think the Detroiters understand how to make a movie or a film, but they don't understand the business portion of the film business.
Yeah, we got some learning to do.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of learning that need to be done because someone told me a few months ago, independent film people leave a lot of money on the table.
Listen, not only do independent film people leave a lot of stuff on the table, but sometimes we do a little too much by trying to reinvent the wheel. Hollywood been doing this shit for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. Listen, so and not only have Hollywood been doing this shit for a long time, but here's my deal, right? When I was younger, I would see a Rite Aid always diagonal from a CVS. I would see a Lowe's near a Home Depot, mm-hmm. right? And a businessman asked me one day. He said, "Look at both them businesses right there." He said, He said, do you know why you see something like that? He said, see, what y'all do is, he said, people who not business minded, they would never do anything like that because they would think to themselves, well, why would I move over there where that's where my competition is? He said, but what you fail to realize is whoever got there first, they done already done the research, surveyed the area, they done checked out the demographics. So it make perfect sense for if Home Depot been sitting over here for 5 years, we about to open up a Lowe's. You understand what I'm saying? And we gonna battle this thing out. That's what business do. I say that to say that when it comes to this independent film stuff, Hollywood, television, listen, these people spending millions of dollars to protect their business and keep their businesses
and to compete
afloat. Right, so they constantly doing research and checking things out. I was listening to the guy who plays Deadpool, right? Ryan
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Man, listen, when I tell you this dude is a marketing
genius.
Listen, he make way more money with his businesses than he does that, but he found a way to incorporate and intertwine the two. And I'm saying that there's been times where I've done movies and like I'm asking people like, yo, like, is anybody on your staff set up to say, hey, look, we got 10 or 12 or 15 different PR people that we gonna send you over here. You gonna do an interview. Maybe you gonna do a photo shoot. I ain't talking about just for the cover.
Yeah,
I'm talking about when it comes to the marketing, the advertising of this shit, man. I get shut out a lot of shit that I'm in. I'm like, yo, wait a minute, like, it's not about me being a fucking a prima donna, and I'm thinking, I need John to share the spotlight, but I'm thinking, right. If
you have a product, though, it needs to be competitive, right?
How about this?
It comes with all those things.
How about this?
It should come with all those things.
How about this? Because Hollywood did this shit to us for years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If I'm about to make you the face of this, then I'm gonna put all the shit on the table to really pump you. You listen, when fucking Denzel was doing a lot of movies, he was on the sexiest man, GQ, this, that. You push your motherfucking product out there so that you can build it up. You know who throughout the years, and a lot of black people thought these people were scam artists. It was network marketing. But listen to me, if you really ever spent any time listening to a lot of network marketing motherfuckers, you could say what you want, but you could really learn a lot of shit from them motherfuckers. That you'll go into some of their meetings and they'll tell you, hey Q, do me a favor, right? You don't know shit about this business, but I need you to tell Toya about it, bring her to it, and let me tell you something. What you do when you go to Toya, you tell her, hey Toya, I got this dude, his name Don Snipes. He been doing the business for 10 years. Guess what you do when she meet me? You've instantly built up my credibility. You understand what I'm saying? Before she even fucking meets me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? They had things that they understood that fucking worked. Yeah. Sometimes we be going ass backwards with this shit because it be like, yo,
ego.
That's why I was just going to say ego.
Fucking ego.
Listen.
That's why I was just about to say ego, and not only that, you know what I'm saying?
You know how many motherfucking movies I did, and sometimes motherfuckers like, damn, I didn't even know you was doing. How is this fucking possible? Every motherfucker in the city should know when some shit drop. How? How is this?
I'm gonna tell you how and why.
I digress though.
I'm gonna tell you. That's a good way.
I don't want to get started.
That's a great way to digress, but I'm gonna tell you this. The main reason why people and we fail because we don't have enough belief in ourselves. Because you got to take this thing to ends with. Mufasa, they still doing media runs with Mufasa. That movie been out for 3.5 months. They doing center runs, right? And they multi-millionaire stars, right? And they still doing runs all over the country. Will Smith was going to different theaters, sitting in the background on the side or something, walking out with the people that's going to see the movies. And for the fucking peace sake of everything, won't we do ourselves some justice and put our movies in movie theaters? And that's one of the main fucking problems.
Well, here's the deal. And it goes back to what we were speaking about. But listen, I think it goes back to what we were speaking about earlier about having a tribe. So, for example, say with Kevin Hart, right? He has a squad, right? Yeah. He didn't have a hell of a squad. You know what I'm saying? That's sticking with him. That's what I'm talking about, as far as having that tribe to where when you, like you said, you building up and shit, you know what I mean? Say
somebody has to be smarter
and stuff like that. And then y'all actually just keep on
But people
pushing,
have to be smarter than you, and you have to be willing to be around people that's smarter than you. you.
Of course,
if
but that's
you're
what I'm
not,
saying.
if you're not,
that's what you're.
But if you're not willing to be the dumbest person in the room, or you gonna be a fucked up individual.
Well, like you said, that go back to your ego.
Or how about this?
That's
How about
ego
this?
and pride and bullshit.
It ain't even for me that. It's about you got to be willing to say, you know what, I may be good at this, but I ain't at that.
But that motherfucker
you
is.
Understand what I'm? Yeah.
Let that motherfucker.
They bring that motherfucker in.
But you know what?
They're not going. No one. Majority of people, 99.5% of the people here have egos that's bigger than their talents.
But which is crazy. I mean, because look, I always equate to something like, say, marriage, right? And to me, it comes back to marriage. Like, I know my wife is stronger in certain aspects and shit, so I always lean on her for certain things, and then in return, she does the same thing. That's what the fuck a team is. You know what I mean? Just like a head coach might be great at fucking getting people and shit to hit the field and be pumped the fuck up. But it's up to the fucking coordinators and shit, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week and every damn thing else and the rest of the staff to get those players ready and shit far as schematically wise, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But it's up to the actual coach to designate those jobs to those people, you know what I'm saying, to collectively, at the end of the day, they're trying to win this fucking game. You see what I'm saying?
I'll just say this, and I think if somebody asked me a question, I would say that, again, businesses fail because humans fail, and here's the deal, right?
Definitely.
In a lot of our personal relationships, the truth of the matter is many of us operate from a place of lack and not a place of abundance. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
What people don't realize, when you operating from a place of abundance, you operating from a place of love. When you operating from a place of lack, you operating from a place of fear. Mm-hmm. And I'm just saying that when you dealing with somebody that they love this, but they fear that, see, now you bringing a whole bunch of fuckery into something. Mm-hmm. And this is why when you start hearing people talk about alignment and how important that is. I can't love something so much but I fear getting it out. So I don't want to tell this person because he gonna steal my idea and this and that. Like, this shit just don't work like that. Those two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time and expect shit to be successful. It don't work like that.
And biblically, that's being in the portion where it say separating the wheat from the tear. You feel me?
Yeah.
People got to understand when as life approach you got to have the bison advantage. You can't run from the storm. You better run towards it.
Yeah.
Because once the storm is over, there's vegetation. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's already past you, so you have everything to prosper from. And most people, they be like, "Oh, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, trying to avoid
I need
shit.
a plan.
Yeah.
I need a plan. No, you run through that shit.
Yep.
Jay-Z said, I don't go back, I go forward. And that's how life should be. And most of us who are in creative spaces, who rely to eat off of it, we move real quick because we don't have to have validation from nobody.
Yeah.
However, when we work as a team and we start to put ourselves in these places with these other people, we start to slack because we be thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong because they making more money than me. Mm-hmm. Right? And the truth is they're not making more money than you. I mean, they might be making more money than you, but that's only temporary.
Yeah.
Your creativity is greater than that fun, than that money.
Yeah.
And that will last you longer than their money will.
Yeah.
So,
All right, y'all. So I guess we gonna go ahead and be ending this on out kind of short. I'm not saying shortly, but we're about to end it on out. I'll just say this, it goes back to the movie Say Center and stuff. Definitely make sure y'all go check it out, to see for yourselves if y'all haven't already. It's one of the better, like I said, one of the better movies to me that I haven't seen in a long time. And not only that, be supportive, you know what I mean, of people, that's being creative in their, genre, in their lane, and make sure, you know what I'm saying, just in general, man, if you have a squad or you looking for a squad and you trying to be part of a squad, be respectable, check your ego. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, just be supportive, man. You know what I mean? Be that ear, like you said, be that phone call sometime, you know what I mean? And just say what's up, you know what I mean? really just let people know how you really feel. Let them know that you do support them. Let them know that you do rock with them and shit like that. And it ain't always got to be about like you said, like no money shit. It's just more so like, hey, I just want to let you know, hey, you know what I mean? I see what you're doing. Keep up the great work. You know what I mean? And don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to let you know that I see you. You know what I'm saying? I hope you see yourself because you're doing amazing work. You know what I mean? So keep up the good work, Anything you want to say on the way out, sis?
You guys have said it all.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Good one.
All right. What about you, cuz?
I was thinking earlier about what you said, in terms of, and actually it's not just you. I think that something that has been floating around for a minute recently is, this statement, know your worth, know your value, and all those kind of things. And I'll just say this. I don't really think you can put a value on life itself, because to me that shit is it's precious and priceless.
Yeah.
But what I will say is one of the ways that you can show somebody else that you do value them, three things: be kind, be respectful, and learn how to just be an ambassador of your word with them. And that's it. Like, to me, if you could stand on that foundation, man, that make a person feel valuable, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? There's been times where I've been around people that maybe I don't necessarily agree with some of the things that they do or they say, but I've learned the more that I make an intentional effort to be kind, keep things respectful, man, that shit can smooth over a lot of shit, and then again, just do what the fuck I say I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that to me make people feel valuable, that when you have people around you. So I'll leave with that.
All right. What about you, Doc? Say you got something?
Nope.
He said nope. Say, all right, y'all. Well, thanks for tuning in to the 102 episode of the Big Flex Strongcast. Y'all know where to catch us at every Monday night at 9:00. So make sure y'all tune in next week, y'all. I think we got some guests next week and maybe even the following week. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, all right? We're going to see y'all next week, and we're going to flex it on out like we normally do. As a matter of fact, let's do this one thing. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about loving yourself. Give yourself a hug. You know what I'm saying? Wrap your arms around yourself. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself right now that you love it. Say, motherfucker, I love you. I love you too. And then flex on out. You know what I'm saying? See y'all next week, y'all.
Yeah. Big flex on the set, we gotta rep. Heavy talk on that mic, all we do is press. John Q, that's coach, got him upset. Gym, Animal, Muscle Gang, we up next. Big Flex Podcast live on Monday night with John Q, Latoya, Deshaun, and Don Snipes. You can catch Snipes on the pod or the big screen and get tea time with Toya if you want the tea. Talk about the strong end on your weekday. Tap in with Muscle Gang, you never have a weekday. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. It's the Big Flex Podcast, Mondays, 9 at night. It's the Big Flex Podcast. Come on.